Hi, my name is Deb from DG Reads, and I'm here to do a little introduction to establish myself as a BookTube newbie. So this is the BookTube Newbie Tag. So just to introduce myself a little bit to start with, I am Deb. I'm from Southern California. I've been part of the book community online for a number of years. I've been on Bookstagram for quite a while, also as DG Reads over there. I have been participating on BookTube for years in readathons and in reading sprints and so forth, but just recently decided to give it a go making my own videos. I hit a milestone on Instagram with 10K followers and set a goal for myself once I did that to try out some reading sprints. Still haven't done that yet, but I have at this point posted a vlog for a 48-hour readathon and a TBR for the magical readathon. So I figured it's about time to come and do the BookTube Newbie Tag and tell you a little bit about what to expect on my channel. So the first question is about why you're doing BookTube, and I guess I kind of explained that a little bit. Just I've been part of watching for so long that I decided I really wanted to be part of the fun. Very frequently as I'm reading, we'll have thoughts of, oh, I'm reading 2 books about this. Wouldn't it be a fun theme for something? And it's harder to do themed ideas on Bookstagram, I guess, because I'm mostly posting individual reviews there. So that largely went into it. And just because I've made so many great friends through the BookTube community, I wanted to be part of that as well. What's unique about my channel? So there's a couple of things I think that are fun that I'm excited to include in my channel. One being Prompt Ball. The last vlog that went up actually was a Prompt Ball vlog. This is my gumball machine full of reading prompts that force me to kind of think through what I have on my shelves, think through what I have on my TBR, and come up with books. In general, I pull some of these each month for inclusion in my monthly TBR, but I most recently did a vlog with them where I just picked prompts and had to pick a book right away and read it as part of a vlog. So I had a lot of fun doing that, and that's something that I'd like to keep including. And something else I definitely bring to the table is my furry sidekick here, Kylie. She is the best of reading buddies. She's constantly snuggling up with me while I'm reading, and she's also a really good sport about doing things like posing for books. She's the absolute star of my Bookstagram, even if she's trying to be shy at the moment. And she frequently shows up in my book pictures, and even more importantly, in my Kylie costumes pictures. So she has an entire wardrobe full of costumes. We go hard in October for Halloween, but in general, we like to include those. So in as much as there's a way to incorporate her into any of the themes in my vlogs, she gets included. So there is a hashtag over on Bookstagram if you do want to check any of that out, and that's just Kylie Costumes. And that's always a fun part of my content, and a fun part of my life is her. So that's definitely something I'm bringing to BookTube. The next question has to do with things I'm excited for, and for me, reading's always a big one. Obviously, I'm here because I love books and I love reading, and I read a lot of books. So having ways to come up with prioritizing what I'm reading at any given moment is always something that I enjoy, whether it be through readathons or Prompt Ball or just themes for a particular vlog. I have so many ideas on that front, and I'm looking forward to exploring them. I've also been having a lot of fun trying to expand upon themes, not just what books I read, but maybe what I'm eating for the week to fit the theme, or what Kylie is wearing for the week, or where I'm going in real life during the week. So that's something that's gotten me very excited to be filming things. So the next question is why read? And really, it's my main form of entertainment. It always has been. I've been reading since I was a kid, constantly. I remember tons of visits to the library, book fairs, and English classes were always my favorite things. And I just really enjoy learning new worlds, escaping to new worlds. And really, I don't think I'm capable of not reading. I don't remember the last time, it's been years and years, that I didn't read at least part of something every single day. One of the other questions is, where do I read? And the answer to that is everywhere. I pretty much always have a book on me. I always am listening to audiobooks in my car, or when I'm walking Kylee, or even often at work if I'm doing things that don't require reading or writing. I try to read a little bit in the morning if I can before work, and definitely when I get home, that's my main goal, is to sit on the couch, hang out with Kylee, play some fetch, and read some books. So pretty much anywhere I possibly can read, I probably am going to read. As for when I started reading, I started before I can remember. I always had people in my life who encouraged reading and supplied me with books and took me to the library. It's just always been something that was encouraged in my family, something I've always done. And I can remember as a little kid staying up late with a flashlight, sneaking reading, because that's what I wanted to do rather than go to sleep. So it's been a lifelong thing. I was an English major in college. I actually considered going into the book industry in some form, but wound up going a different direction in life. But reading has always been a staple for me. Challenges. When it comes to BookTube, for me, definitely the part that scared me and kept me from considering doing this the longest was the filming and the editing, because that's all brand new to me. So I'm teaching myself as I go and hopefully improving skills as I go. But that's definitely what I look forward to figuring out and feeling a little more comfortable. But now that I've actually put up 2 videos, I think I feel a little bit more confident. But I definitely have a long way to go with that. In terms of genres and types of books, this is another one where it's kind of everything, anything. For me, for the most part, there are some things I don't gravitate toward, but I read so much. I read typically, I'd say 40 books in a month is like a standard month for me, and it can go higher depending on what's going on. So I think having variety really helps me out a lot, because I can burn out on a genre if I'm reading too much of similar things, and that's something that I definitely want to avoid. My primary genres are fantasy and thrillers and horror typically. I've been reading Stephen King and Christopher Pike and R.L. Stine since I was very young, probably earlier than I should have been. And fantasy has been a little bit more of a recent addition, and by recent I mean the last 10 or more years, but it's quickly become one of my favorite genres. Things I don't read as much of is romance. I like romance in a fantasy setting where there's a lot of plot and world building going on as well, but contemporary romance is typically not for me. There are some I still enjoy, but that's not one that's going to be my go-to book to reach for. Other than that, there's not too many things that I wouldn't give a try. Not everything's going to be for me. I won't like every book, and I will DNF a book that isn't working for me. But in general, those are the things that I read. And like I mentioned, I read in any format, and I will read any targeted age range. I do read YA, I read adult, obviously, but every once in a while I'll also pick up a middle grade book. It's not one of my go-tos again, but I definitely will. Book collections, you can kind of see behind me, my bookshelves are overstuffed and not everything is even on shelves. I have probably a not so standard position on book collecting, and that is that I wind up unhauling most of the books that I read. I keep my special editions if I have really pretty ones that I want to keep on my shelf and I enjoyed the book. I keep some of my absolute favorite reads of the year, but I don't have the ability or the space to keep everything that I'm reading and liking. So I do unhaul a lot of my books to little free libraries. I sell some of them on Pango. I unhaul them to a local used bookstore. and make room for more books. And even doing that, I still don't have enough room for everything. So my goal for the year is always to unhaul more things than I haul. Last year I accomplished that. The year before I failed, and this year's not looking so good. So we'll see how that goes, but I'm going to keep working on it. Sorry for the change in angle. There was a hunt for a flaming marshmallow toy that took precedence over the tripod remaining standing. But I suppose that leads into wrapping this up with a talk of what to look for in the future on my channel. So obviously Kylee Chaos is a part of my brand, so there definitely will be some of that going forward. I have so many fun ideas in mind that I'm really looking forward to for vlog concepts. I will be participating, as usual, in tons of different readathons and bringing content related to that. And I look forward to bringing more prompt ball into my reading and my vlogging and TBR making on this channel as well. I have so many ideas. I'm really excited to be part of this community and to meet new people and look forward to good times ahead. I'm hoping to do some reading sprints since I am on the West Coast. There don't tend to be a ton going on in the evenings for me after I get home and fully settled in for the night. So I'm hoping to bring some of that to my channel as well. But for now, that's it for me today. I hope you enjoyed hearing a little bit about my plans. If you could hit that like button below, subscribe if you're interested in more of my content, I would really appreciate it, and so would Kylee. And if you have any questions, things that I didn't answer in today's video, please leave them down below. If you're also new to BookTube, I would love to meet some fellow newbies, so leave your information in the comments. And for now, that's it from me and from Kylee, and we'll see you in the next one.